Report Network has a new and exclusive line of clothing. First up, the Jiu-Jitsu Rash Guard. This isn't just gear, it's a statement. A commitment to eco-friendly battles on the mats and waves. And for those who live by the bold champion spirit, we have something special. A line for men and women designed not just for the fight, but for life. Wear our bold champion spirit of Jiu-Jitsu Rash Guard confidently. Its striking design with golden figures in combat honors the enduring spirit of competition in martial arts. Pair it with our unisex mesh shorts, the perfect combo of style, comfort, and eco-conscious design for the modern warrior. And don't forget, our Jiu-Jitsu Bold Champion Spirit leggings. This attire is expertly engineered to channel the champion spirit in every move you make. Together, it's not just about looking good. It's about feeling the part and living the Jiu-Jitsu way, both on and off the mats. Meticulously crafted for the yoga studio, the gym, and beyond, blending style, comfort, and the heart of a champion. Wear your passion, embody sustainability, and elevate your practice. Join the league of athletes who wear their values as proudly as their belts. It's more than clothing, it's a way of life. Ringside Report Network, where champions dress for success, sustainability, and the spirit of the sport.
Attention to all professional wrestling fans and followers of the legendary Johnny Genesis North. We are releasing a must-have collection of Johnny North merchandise in our store at merch.ringsidereport.net, starting with our limited edition Johnny Genesis North 3/4 sleeve t-shirt. With a unique design capturing Johnny in action, this tee exudes raw energy and intensity through its versatile 3/4 sleeves for any weather. Stand with our legendary co-host, Johnny North. Make a bold statement in the wrestling community by getting yours today, exclusively at merch.ringsidereport.net.
Get ready to amp up your betting game with Ringside Report Network's latest knockout offer. We've teamed up with our pals at Bet99.com to bring you something that will shake up the betting world. Dave's Picks with boosted odds. Here's the lowdown. Normally you see odds like -200 over at Bet99, right? Picture this. We hit up our buddies at Bet99 and worked out some magic. Suddenly those odds? They're looking a whole lot sweeter at -150. That's right, and we're all about getting you those exclusive, juiced-up odds, only for the Ringside Report universe. So here's the game plan. We dish out the picks, and you keep those eyes peeled. You might see a number on Bet99, but hold up. Wait until Saturday morning rolls around. Thanks to those boosted odds we've snagged for you, those numbers will look much better. I'm all for Bet99 doing great, but let's not kid ourselves. We want to win big too. It's all in good fun, and hey, it's part of the thrill of the game. They're in on it, and we're in on it. It's all about having a blast while pocketing some extra cash. Ready to take advantage of those boosted odds? Go to the special Ringside Report Bet99 link on your screen. We're all about seeing how much we can boost the odds for you, our loyal viewers. And a huge thank you to Bet99 for their support of the Ringside Report Network.
It's good. Yes, indeed. It is the WrestleMania 40 Night One post show here on the Ringside Report Network. Let's do it.
Start.
Bang, bang, bang. We are here. We are live. And we just saw WrestleMania Night One. Welcome, everyone, to the Ringside Report Network. The whole crew is here.
Yeah, one screen.
In-house.
Not bad. One screen.
We're all here.
Together again.
What a team. We watched WrestleMania together. We had a great time. And we saw the final boss reign supreme at the end of the night, as he is supposed to. The Rock, the great one, the people's champ, the most electrifying man, electrifying again, looking pretty good tonight in the main event. Rock and Roman Reigns getting the win over Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. And we now know the stipulation for tomorrow night, WrestleMania Night 2. Seth Rollins will wrestle Drew McIntyre, but more importantly, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. The stipulation, Bloodline rules. It is official. We will have the rules of the Bloodline, which means anything goes, which is kind of how tonight's match went with The Rock. Was tonight Bloodline rules, John? I didn't get the memo.
Well, pretty much, because when The Rock at some point said to the ref, hey, just let me do what I want, it pretty much became Bloodline rules after that.
Yeah, The Rock and Roman and Cody and Seth start brawling outside the ring, and The Rock's like, you know who I am. Don't mess with me. Don't count us out. I'm The Rock. And the referee was like, okay. And then The Rock just proceeded to cheat and not get counted out and do all sorts of things throughout the entire match. And the referee just kind of stood by and was like, oh, I guess he's on the board of directors that allows him to do whatever he wants in a wrestling capacity, which, I mean, if Dana White came into the octagon and started fighting people and was like, I'm Dana White, I can do what I want, people would be like, nah, that's not how it is. But it's wrestling and it's fun, and The Rock is the final boss. He's more impressive than Dana White or Triple H or any of those jabronis because he's the final boss. And he looked good tonight in the main event. And right off the top, we're going to do the match of the night. We're going to do the score on 10. My match of the night was the main event. And I think it definitely will impact my overall score on 10 for this show because I think it really added a lot of quality to WrestleMania Night 1, which up until the main event felt pretty regular. Didn't feel too much out of the ordinary. Didn't feel like any other WWE pay-per-view. You know, it just felt like anything else that we saw from WWE. Like it was a bigger show. There was more pyro. The entrances were a little bit more elaborate. But as far as what was happening between the ropes, everything we saw felt pretty standard for a WWE premium live event. It didn't feel like a really big deal until we saw The Rock and Roman and Seth and Cody, and it was the main event and the show, and the whole weekend has been built around these guys and this match and all this stuff, and I think it delivered. So they did well, but they needed to, you know? I think they needed to. So for me, Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth is my match of the night. I don't know about you, Johnny. I'm pretty sure you're with me on that one, right?
Yes, that is correct. I can't really imagine any other match being the match of the night. I
mean, it was not a bad card overall.
No, it was very solid, but it didn't have that Mania feel. Like, this was Mania 40. Like, 10 years ago, they kicked off Mania with Hogan, Austin, The Rock in the ring together, and you just felt like from the get-go, this is something special. It's not something you see every day. There's reverence for the past. I was missing that tonight. That's going to impact my score a bit. Like, one of my favorite things of all the Manias is the times when they have the camera go through the backstage, and there's just a long line of legends, and you just get the feel of, like, this is all the people that came and built this to bring us here. You know, there's a lot of, like, this is the future, it's the Paul Levesque era. And I know you want to kind of distance yourself from Vince McMahon, But, where's Hulk Hogan? Where's The Undertaker? Where's, maybe Stone Cold Steve Austin will come out tomorrow in that Bloodline Rules match, but I wanted a little more of that. Where's Shawn Michaels?
Well, like I was telling you before, when we were watching the show, I feel like a lot of the legends aren't going to come back because they know they're going to be overshadowed by the final boss. Because The Rock is such a big star. He's maybe the biggest star to ever come out of professional wrestling. I don't even think it's a maybe at this point, right? I mean, who's bigger than The Rock? So I think that anybody else coming back would be overshadowed by how big of a star The Rock is, and it's just not really worth it. When some of these legends come back, they want to be the center of attention. They want to be the main event. They want to be what everybody's talking about. And when The Rock's there, there's only one guy that people are going to be talking about. That's the most electrifying man. That's the Dwayne.
I don't know, but if you had Austin,
Maybe
Undertaker,
tomorrow.
and Michaels in the ring together for a promo or something about WrestleMania, the fans would love that. That'd be a great moment.
Well, we know all the legendary baby faces were watching tonight, and they have 24 hours to get themselves to Philadelphia to help Cody Rhodes in Bloodline Rules because they know that his partner Seth Rollins is in tough against Drew McIntyre, and he's banged up, and he might not be able to help Cody, and Cody might have to battle the whole Bloodline by himself, and perhaps we will get some legends of the past like Stone Cold Steve Austin, like John Cena, like possibly even Hulk Hogan himself to help Cody Rhodes become WWE champion and finish the story on night 2 of WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes getting pinned, by the way, on night 1 of WrestleMania by The Rock in the middle of the ring leads me to believe he's definitely winning tomorrow night, which I think is an unfortunate byproduct of the 2-match system that we have right now going. It's like, well, if Cody loses the first night, there's no way they're going to have him lose again the next night, right?
Unless, we talked about this before, they do the whole Damian Priest cash-in for that match. And that's way Roman can pin Priest, and then Cody doesn't take a loss. But we've talked about that before. That's kind of convoluted, and it doesn't really add to that match. It doesn't make sense for that match. Priest makes sense to stop Seth from being the champion, stop Drew at this point from being champion. But we'll get to that tomorrow. Tonight, I think a huge thing was the fact that the fans, very divided as we thought they would be, felt like, there was Cody fans, there was also Rock fans, and it seemed like to me people were very happy that The Rock won tonight.
Yes, people were happy to see The Rock win. People were happy to see the People's Elbow and The Rock bottom. People were cheering for the final boss. It felt like Cody had fans, though, tonight. It felt like The Rock had fans. Felt like Roman had fans. Felt like Seth had no fans.
Well,
come on. When Seth is going to get the crowd to sing his music,
right,
and they start booing him,
yeah, that happened. Yes,
that was crazy. Part in the match, Seth is like, sing the song, it's my time, I'm shining, and then the crowd just started booing him. It was like, ooh, okay, this is a little different. Cody stopped the People's Elbow earlier in the match, and the crowd booed him because they like The Rock and they want to see the People's Elbow. When The Rock does the thing and he whips the elbow pad off,
I was standing up.
People want to see the elbow drop at the end, and when Cody interrupted it, people didn't like that, which shows that, Cody is popular, but so is The Rock, and there's definitely a divide now with the WWE fans, and it's pretty cool to watch. It was a fun match to watch. The crowd made it better, and that's what you want in a WrestleMania main event. So it's my match of the night. It's your match of the night. Is it your match of the night? I like that we're all in the same room. I could touch you guys,
Yeah, touching is fun.
He has the big arms there.
I'm not going to agree with you guys. I don't think it was the match of the night. As you kind of complained during the match, there's a lot of shenanigans, and I think they used way too many shenanigans for tonight that they should have saved for tomorrow. So I thought that took away from the match. The fact that, it's no rules out of nowhere, I actually didn't like that. So for me, I mean, don't get me wrong. This was probably the reason why everyone watched tonight, and it delivered. It just wasn't, to me, the best match that we saw tonight.
Interesting.
All right, I'm very curious now.
We will get to it, I'm sure. I just want to stay with the main event for now before we get to the rest of the card. Lior, a member of the team over at join.ringsidereport.net. Do support the Ringside Report Network just like Lior does, just like Ray Cruz does, just like Angelo Contagonis, just like Antoinette out in Toronto. Shout out to Antoinette. I know she's excited for the summer and Money in the Bank coming to her great city. Lior says the show was average up until the last match. Incredible main event, the final boss. I love that. I love that catchphrase. I love that name. Lior also saying Roman Reigns' physique was the best it's ever been. Good for him. Yes, Roman Reigns has not worked in quite some time in the ring, right? And Michael Cole said, "Oh, if I hadn't worked since Royal Rumble, I'd have abs too." No, you wouldn't.
A six-pack, too.
Yeah. He's like, I'd have a six-pack. Dude, no, you wouldn't. Get out of here.
He'd be fat.
That's right. Yeah, you'd be sitting on a couch. I mean, what are you going to do? Why are you getting a six-pack, Michael Cole? Roman Reigns, though, had a reason to get jacked because he was standing next to his cousin Dwayne, who's gigantic, and Roman wanted to look good next to him, and he did.
He looked amazing.
Yeah.
Like $1 million.
He looked way bigger and stronger than Seth and Cody. Seth, physique-wise,
The worst.
Yeah, he really stood out tonight. And I was like, oh, I think the road, he's just banged up. He's banged up. He's not able to train like he used to, and just he's not as cut and muscular and jacked.
He's older now too.
Yeah, but he's a dad, which also doesn't help.
You would know.
It doesn't help. Hey, take it easy.
I'm just saying. It's not easy, right?
No, of course, but it's a lot to juggle is what I'm saying, and his body's been through it, so I don't blame him for not being as jacked as The Rock or Roman Reigns, but it just kind of, I mean, even Cody's in good shape. He's not as huge and bulky as those other two on the other side of the ring, but he's cut, he's lean, he's muscular.
Yeah.
Seth looked kind of rough, and I was like, wow, what is Seth like? I don't know. I haven't noticed Seth's physique looking bad in any recent time, but just seeing him in that match, it was like, oh, these other guys are in mania shape, and Seth looks kind of like he normally does. He looks regular, but it's not like he's in bad shape for a man, but for those guys in the ring, he kind of looked out of place, and it was like, he's not usually out of place in those situations. It was odd.
But he hasn't wrestled in a while, that's it. And who do you wrestle on Raw? He wrestled Solo. So, I mean, against Solo, it doesn't really look so bad because Solo is not really impressive in terms of his physique.
And Nakamura before that.
And Nakamura
wearing with the suit. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
That's true. It's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Never considered that before, but when you see the stark contrast, it really kind of becomes more clear.
Yeah, it's more evident when you see him in comparison to some big jack dudes, and you're like, what? It's like when those two football players came into the ring during the Rey Mysterio match. You're like, oh my God, those are actual big dudes. What are the wrestlers? Anyways, we'll get to that. I just want to give a shout out to all of the members. Ray Cruz says, unfortunately, I found that WrestleMania 40 Day 1 was actually bad. Match of the night, Gunther versus Sammy. Worst match was Uso versus Uso. That was terrible. I didn't love the Uso versus Uso match. Neither did Lior. He says, I agree. Uso match was no bueno. Angelo Contagonis says, Johnny and the Simon brothers in the house.
Yeah, thanks, Angelo.
Whose house?
Ray Cruz saying match of the night, Gunther versus Sammy. Antoinette says the same. I thought that match was very good. John, is that where you're going for your match of the night?
That's where I'm going. I thought that was the best wrestling match of the night, so that's my favorite match of the night. And again, too, surprise. That's the only match that I didn't think that would go that way. So for me, I was like, wow, this is nice. And the only singles title that changed hands, I think, tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Yes, it was the only title change that we saw tonight. Not a ton of titles on the line. Rhea Ripley's belt was on the line. The tag titles were on the line, and they changed quite a bit. A big change in the tag titles, and then the Intercontinental title. 3 title matches on a 7-match card.
Yeah, and we're expecting big title changes tomorrow, right? So
yeah.
Yes, definitely. But, I think you make a good point, and we were talking about it during the match. If it is Bloodline rules tomorrow, which, during the match, there was so much plunder, right? There was a lot of brawling outside the ring, around the arena, in the,
tables broken
in the crowd. tables broken. The Rock took a rock bottom through the announce table. I mean, there was some blood. Roman was bleeding. Cody had like a cut on his stomach. I don't know if you guys saw that. And there was a lot going on, a lot of outside stuff. You know, there was the belt used. There were weapons. There were tables. There was a lot going on to the point where you go, okay, well, if it is Bloodline Rules tomorrow, what's left? Because they're doing a lot in this match. They did so much in the match. I thought they did more than I expected, and it makes me wonder what Roman and Cody can do tomorrow that'll top it. What more can they really do? And the fact that it is Bloodline Rules, like, I almost thought after seeing all the stuff going on that, well, maybe Cody and Seth will win here because they're doing the brawl match tonight.
Yeah.
So
Big
tomorrow it would make sense to just do the one-on-one clean match with no interference because they did the brawl thing with all this stuff.
Right.
But they're going to do it again tomorrow. Like, it was weird when Rock was like, shut up, referee, do this how I want to do it, and then the rules were kind of out the window, and then the match proceeded with tables and all sorts of stuff, and you go, oh, Bloodline Rules, what's that really gonna mean? Who knows what that means? Wasn't Bloodline Rules last time like Roman
And Jey Uso
versus Jey Uso?
SummerSlam?
And they said that it meant there was no interference. There was no interference from the family because they had to stay out of it so we could settle who the tribal chief was. And then
Right.
they still had Solo interfere on Roman's behalf.
And Jimmy.
What the hell was that?
Well, I think they're going with the Bloodline Rules match that we saw on Raw, which is pretty much just do whatever you want. That's pretty much what the match is.
Extreme Rules.
Exactly.
Heyman Rules.
Extreme Rules with interference specifically from members of Roman's family.
That's pretty much exactly what we're going to get.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but
I want Rikishi.
I think it's just like you said, Dave. Like, we pretty much got everything we needed. All you need now is just Cody to win the title. That's the only moment you need. We got everything else already tonight.
I guess so. I think the undercard is going to be big tomorrow, just to see what else they do. There's some big matches tomorrow that I'm looking forward to. Randy, Kevin, and Logan Paul, I think, is going to be fun. LA Knight, AJ Styles, Io and Bayley. Seth Freakin and Drew McIntyre. It'll be interesting to see if Damian Priest cashes in and how that all goes down.
It's the lead-off match.
I really don't think Seth is going to walk away champion.
No.
And I think something's going to happen there.
And Phil Brooks will be involved somehow.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Can't forget Phil Brooks.
Maybe he'll stop Damian Priest from winning after he cashes in because he wants to be the one to take the belt from Drew McIntyre.
Maybe. I don't know. I see him not really caring that much. Like, he's just going to beat whoever he beats when he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
He hates them all, so.
Or he somehow, like, he holds on to Drew McIntyre's leg and lets Damian Priest, like, get the drop on him. And
Yeah, maybe
You
he
know,
screws.
Drew,
Yeah, maybe.
You know, it's like, where's your moment now, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Some legends tomorrow helping Cody against the Bloodline would be fun. I think that would be the thing that they could add for tomorrow that we didn't see tonight.
Well, and Jey Uso. I mean, Jey was victorious tonight, so he's going to probably try to help Cody.
Jay, Jimmy, Solo.
Right.
Jay, Jimmy, Solo, more Heyman. Was Heyman even there?
He was at ringside.
Yeah, he was at ringside. Yeah, he was there.
He was-
He had the title. He held the
Oh,
title.
yeah. He wasn't shown a lot on camera.
There's a lot to the entourage.
Mama Rhodes was shown, and
Yes.
Daddy Brandy's daddy sitting next to Mama Rhodes. Mama Rhodes! This one's for you, Mama Rhodes. I like the call from Michael Cole. Cody is screwed.
Yeah,
After Cody lost.
Like, the streak
like
is
that.
over.
Yeah, it was
Cody
funny.
is screwed.
It was funny. It was a good call. I liked the match. I thought Night One of WrestleMania was decent. I'm already seeing scores on 10 in the chat, which I love. I love when the chat is ahead of the show.
They know what to do.
I haven't even said
They
mine.
know what to do. They
it.
know the program. You guys know the drill, and I love it. This is one of the most fun, exciting nights of the year, WrestleMania. Alex Tarras giving it a 7.5 out of 10. Ryan Katz, 7.5 out of 10. Patrick Deneau, 6 on 10. I don't think we're going to see a lot of 8s or 9s. Francois Belin, 6 on 10. Rollins is so overrated. Should be Orton in that match, he says.
I agree.
Shout out to you, Francois.
I'm inclined to agree as well. Legacy.
I like seeing the new viewers in the chat. Derek John in the chat, longtime member. Don't see Derek live very often. I know Derek's always watching. I hear from Derek on Twitter often. Good to see Derek watching live. What's up, Derek? Leor, 7 on 10. He says it was 5 on 10 until the main event saves it. Kyle Salisbury going with a 5 on 10. Ray Cruz going with a 6 on 10. Before the main event, I went to you. I said, what are you giving this card? I was like 6, 7. I wasn't so high on the card. And that's kind of where I'm at after the main event. I was like, I think the main event's going to deliver and it'll be in the 6, 7 range. I liked it. I'm going to give it a 7. I think 7 on 10 is fair. I'm seeing a lot of 7s. We're seeing 7.5, 6, 7.5, 7. Some people going as low as 5, but I'm seeing the range between 5 and a 7.5 right now for most people, and I think that's fair for night one. Patrick Deneau, member of the team. Shout out to you, Patrick. Don't see you very often live in the chat. Nice to see you. Nice to see all the members tuning in live over at join.ringside report or donate.ringside report. However you subscribe, however you support, we appreciate you. Merch.ringsidereport.net. And even if you're a longtime viewer, not a member of the team, subscribe to the channel as well. Subscribe, like the video, leave a comment on the video. It helps the algorithm, helps us grow, helps the channel be seen by more people around the world. We are the #1 pro wrestling channel in the world, brother. Look how big this guy is. How could we not be the best?
Great shirt, too, by the way.
Yeah, we all have pretty nice shirts on.
Yeah. WrestleMania legends.
Brother.
Owen Hart's got a couple victories in Mania. Didn't him and Yoko win the belts in Mania 8?
They did.
Yeah.
I don't think it was 8, though. I think it was like 11.
Was that the Beverly Brothers?
I don't think it was the Beverly Brothers.
Smoking Guns?
Something like that, yeah.
Nobody had more successful Manias than this guy, though, brother. Nobody.
I think Roman's going to break it tomorrow.
Yeah, they said Roman's, this is his 8th Mania?
He tied the record with Hogan.
Yeah.
Now he's breaking it tomorrow.
Oh, because it's night 2?
Yeah.
It counts.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, it counts.
It doesn't count.
Doesn't
It's 2 Mania.
count.
It's the same Mania.
Doesn't count, brother. It's the same Mania, same number Mania.
They're saying that's a main event. He's in 2 main events. So
Shut up, dude.
Yeah.
Shut up. That's bullshit.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
It doesn't work for me either, brother.
Hogan will be there, so Hogan can do something about
That's
it.
right. Hogan's going to
Will
be...
he be there?
Wait, if Hogan's in the
He's
main
in
event,
Philadelphia,
does
yeah.
it count?
He's in Philadelphia, so why haven't we seen him yet?
He's in Philadelphia tomorrow.
Is he going to help Cody?
I mean, who knows?
Well, how does that work? Because he can't run down the ramp.
That's. I don't expect Hogan to do anything.
Unless he's at ringside and he climbs the barricade.
That's all he needs to do.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Hogan's getting in the ring. Oh,
I
my
mean,
God.
Cody needs help from the real American Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
brother.
I would think Stone Cold's a better help, but
Stone
Well,
Cold.
both of them.
Stone Cold is good help. Johnny, Mike, closer, something.
hey, Mike's not close enough. I think I got pulled because my wire went down.
How you doing?
I think I'm okay now.
Yeah.
Realest guy in the room.
Bada boom.
How you doing? JC 7 on 10. DJ Dark 6.9 on 10.
Oh, nice.
Derek John 7 on 10. If the Usos match was better, I would give it a 7.5. Yeah, I could
That's
see
fair.
that.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it a 7 on 10. Where you going?
The lack of spectacle is one of the things that's sticking with me the most from this.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to give it maybe like a 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
I was
'Cause-
expecting a 5. Wow, I'm surprised.
No, not that low. No, that's like usually like it's a pretty bad review for me. But a 6.5 is like, the main event raised some things. A lot of matches, were fine. Not always the people I wanted to win won.
That's okay, though.
Yeah, but just felt a little bit like disappointed, a little deflating a bit. Come Mania being like, oh, this is the direction they're going in. Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of feeling. So yeah, 6.5. That feels like fair. Still a good effort. But, well, I mean, I was about to say show me Minji, but Minji's no longer with us. But
R.I.P.
something like that, like show me Jonathan Coachman backstage and like, he walks along and there's like, Ted DiBiase and Jake the Snake and
I get you,
All the
but
guys that are still around. Just give me like a little bit of that. That would have given me like maybe a half a point.
that makes sense. But they don't have anyone like that now.
Or not Jake the Snake. He's with AEW.
No, but even like a Mean Gene, like they don't have
No.
that. Sadly,
Like, I'll take the coach. If they brought him back for like a backstage, like, hey, I'm Johnny the Coach from backstage, WrestleMania, thank you for having me, and hey, look who's here, it's Trish Stratus.
I guess.
I don't know, just give me a little something like that, just to like,
I would like a coach backstage interview with The Rock for WrestleMania.
Yeah,
that would be great.
those were some
No,
classic
you're right.
times.
100%.
You
Yeah.
know, I would have taken that.
It would have been cool.
A little finally.
Something like that. I don't know why we're booking the coach so hard on this, but something
I mean,
like that.
I don't know.
but-
I mean,
He's had good moments.
Todd
with The
Pettengill
Rock.
available.
You can't put one of the female ones with The Rock because it won't be as fun.
I'll take Lillian.
Can we bring back
Can't do that.
Stacy Keibler to have an interaction with The Rock? Trish Stratus was there. Couldn't we had a Trish Stratus Rock backstage segment?
You're like, hey,
I
old
don't think
times.
it'd be as fun.
It might be.
It's a different time, sadly.
I don't know.
Rock and Cena.
Apparently, we're entering the Renaissance era.
See, that's the thing. It's
What does
like,
that mean?
Like nothing about the past
Well,
anymore.
This is what Cody trademarked, so this is what Cody's going to do. He's bringing stuff back, or some sort of art of wrestling, I guess he's bringing back.
What's he bringing back?
Art of wrestling.
We'll find out, I guess,
Colt
once he
Cabana.
wins, right?
Okay. Well, that'll be fun, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm not looking forward to
It's a
it.
wait
I
and
don't know.
see for me.
I don't know what that means.
Well, what does Cody ever mean with his stuff?
I don't know. Nothing.
He's just trying to be a good politician, as we saw, I think tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a good member, showing that he's part of Prime now, and
People are going to turn on him so
They're kinda turning him
quick.
already.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah. Because I like Cody, and even me, I'm like, I don't know, man.
the kissing the Prime, I wasn't a fan of that.
He kissed Prime?
You didn't see when he got in the ring. You didn't see that in the
I didn't
entrance.
see that. I missed
He kissed
that.
the Prime logo. I mean,
He kissed the logo?
he's part of Prime now, right?
Yeah,
he's the
but that's
sponsor.
kind of lame.
What a bitch.
Stone Cold wouldn't do that.
The Rock wouldn't kiss a logo.
I mean, you guys got to look at it. Cody sold out.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry for the Cody crybabies out there, but your hero's a sellout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's no final boss, that's for sure. He just went down to the final boss tonight. And if he was wrestling the final boss for the title, he would never be champion. Never.
Even AJ admits it too, and he's a huge Cody fan.
Rock is so much better than all the wrestlers in WWE. And maybe all the wrestlers ever, That's the problem. He's like so good. It's like if Stone Cold Steve Austin was in a program and in a feud and wrestling every week, you'd be like, oh, this guy's way better than all these other guys.
So what's your ranking then tonight?
7.
7.
I'm 6.5. And John,
What are you
have
doing?
you given one? I don't think so.
Oh, did I not give it?
No.
It's up to you now, big man.
I really like tonight. I don't know if it'll be better than tomorrow. I think tonight will be better. Tonight was the best night. I think I'll go with an 8 on 10.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think tonight was really good. I don't think they'll top tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like they have a lot of opportunities.
They have
to top
opportunities, but I don't think they'll pull it off because I think we saw a lot of the best they can pull off tonight.
tonight. Really?
Yeah.
What was so good about tonight? Other than Sammy and Gunther that I know you gave match of the night to, which we'll cover.
Right.
Like, what else? Because
Uso versus Uso's kind of mid.
Uso-
Becky
It
and
was the
Rhea
worst
was
match.
disappointing.
The Usos match
I
was
thought
the
that
worst
was
thing.
disappointing.
Uso match wasn't great. The 6-woman tag was not great.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it was as good as it was going to get.
Yeah, but it wasn't
It was
very
sloppy.
good. That ladder match thing was not.
I like the ladder match.
That Miz Bosh.
Oh, that was the best part of the match.
But that's it. I like stuff like that. Like stuff like that happens.
When
I,
Miz sucks.
And he won.
Rhea and Becky wasn't great, and it was very long.
I liked Rhea and Becky. I mean,
Really?
I didn't think it was that long, and I thought it was a fine opening match.
What's the time one?
It was okay, but
What was time on that?
17 minutes.
17 minutes.
That's a long match.
It's long, but I thought it was fine for what it was. The finish could have been better,
Yeah.
but again,
Yeah.
it's the opening match.
You really didn't like the finish, though. That finish was not good. The
wasn't
bump on
great.
the corner that Becky took was not great. Rhea Ripley beat Becky Lynch in the opener. She hit a riptide in the corner and then grabbed her for another riptide in the middle of the ring and pinned her 1, 2, 3. It just, the first riptide in the corner didn't look great, and I didn't love it. I just thought the match was kind of average, regular. Nothing special. I felt a lot of the matches were just kind of not that special. I thought some of them were above and beyond, and some of them were less than what I expected. Like the Uso versus Uso match, less than what I expected. And I think most people were pretty disappointed by that one because we thought it would be something special, and it just didn't turn out that way. Jey Uso just won with a splash, and it wasn't terrible. Like, I don't think any of the matches were bad tonight. I think every match was good, but I don't think a lot of them were special, spectacular, or close to being a match of the year candidate. And when I walk out of a WrestleMania, I want to think, oh, that was maybe match of the year, or this was maybe match of the year. I don't think anything we saw tonight was a match of the year contender. Not a thing.
I think people look back on Sammy and Gunther as like one of the better matches they've seen this year.
Well, the year is pretty young so far, 2024, John, so maybe in the WWE, but I'm pretty sure AEW is going to do a bunch of stuff that'll be way better than anything WWE did tonight in the ring. I'm talking.
Well, wait and see.
Not at the gate. Obviously not at the gate. Don't tell CM Punk, He'll get all excited.
We'll wait and see, but looking at what we have tomorrow, I honestly think this was the best lineup we had tonight.
Okay.
We'll see, but
okay, it's surprising. People are surprised. I think Leor says Johnny's opinion here is fascinating. So many average matches, not thinking the main event was the best, but still giving the show an 8 out of 10.
The main event
he says what?
We're doing AJ stuff. The main event was still good, but that goes to show you the main event was good and still wasn't the best match. That explains a lot for the ranking right there.
See, I disagree. I thought the main event was the best match.
But I'm not saying it wasn't bad.
I thought
Still good.
I thought it was an average show until the main event, and then the main event delivered, and it made me give the show go from a 6 or 6.5 to a solid 7.
I mean, really, it only lost points because the Usos match and probably the 6-woman tag.
But I didn't love Sammy and Gunther as much as you did.
That's it.
I thought it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was perfect. Like, that was
Really?
exactly what you needed. That story was perfectly told, I thought.
But it was a very basic story of the underdog beating the conquering, David versus Goliath type of story that we've seen a million times. It was very basic. The underdog won, and okay, I don't know. I thought Gunther, considering the brutality that Gunther inflicts on his opponents generally.
Yep.
I don't think he inflicted a ton of brutality on Sami Zayn tonight.
Oh,
nah.
I don't know. I thought
a lot of chops.
He gave him a lot of chops, and gave him a lot of his finishes, too.
Yeah, he gave him a power bomb.
By the way, 666 days.
1 power bomb?
Oh, I think it was like 4 power bombs. No?
Was it?
Yeah, it was a lot. A couple of splashes, too.
Okay.
No, Sammy got a good beating. But
Yeah.
that was
I feel
the great
like
surprise.
Gunther.
I don't know. I feel like Gunther is a guy that like a challenge a Roman Reigns. He's got like a final boss energy to him. So I don't know. I just don't feel.
It was a huge surprise.
The thinking behind having Sami Zayn beat him. 'Cause now, what is Gunther?
I get it. It's a big moment for Sammy, and Gunther has
to lose
been
so cleanly too.
Yeah, but Gunther's been running hard as Intercontinental Champion. It's been tough. He's been defending. He could,
Yep.
take a break, come back, and recharge, and no one can beat him after that. He's got to drop the Intercontinental title to move up to the main event, and I totally get that. And I think Gunther losing here tonight, it's fine.
Should have been Chad Gable.
I would have preferred the Gable move. I don't know what happened there. I thought it was going to be Gable because I feel like Sammy is already established as a WWE star and Gable is not. And it would have been nice to establish a new guy like Gable with this big win over Gunther.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sammy needed it as badly as Gable. It would have been way bigger for Gable than it is for Sammy's career. Sammy has main evented a WrestleMania before.
Last year.
He main evented last year, and it's good for Sammy to have a big spot this year so he doesn't kind of fall all the way back in the pack, right?
Right.
He co-main evented this year's Night One, and he beat Gunther, and he ended the longest ever Intercontinental Champion's reign. It was a huge moment for Sammy, and it's good for Sammy, and it was a nice moment, and I enjoyed it. I just thought, Gable needed it more, and Gable's so talented, it would have been nice to see him elevated too. And the match itself, I thought was good, but not my favorite Gunther or Sammy match. It was it was good, it was fine. It just didn't feel like a this is WrestleMania, holy shit.
Yeah.
There was not a single moment where I went, holy shit, in this match. I was like, oh, yeah? Oh, man, okay. But there was not like a,
Yeah.
I want one of those. It's WrestleMania. You got to give me one where I go, damn.
Yeah.
There was not a damn moment in that match.
Well, for me, it was the finish. The fact that Sammy won the match, I did not see that coming whatsoever. Best surprise tonight, I thought.
I wasn't that surprised that he won. I thought it was 50-50, and Gunther's been champ for so long. Like, maybe that was it. Because, like, the finish to me, I was like, he's kind of got him beat there in the corner. He give him the kick, give him another kick, 1, 2, 3. I was like, when he gave him the second kick, I was like, oh, yeah, he's got him. And then he pinned him. I was like, oh, yeah, good.
When Gunther started, like, taunting Sammy's wife, I felt like, oh, that feels like, he's about to slip up here.
I thought Gunther was going to drop the belt at WrestleMania.
It feels a bit too, but it felt like a bit
Sammy,
too
I never thought so. I never thought Sammy would
I didn't think Sammy would win this match when we previewed it. But just when Sammy made the walk, with his wife and his kid backstage, and then Kevin Owens there and all that stuff, like, it just felt like just walking in, I was like, oh, okay. This is like a Sami Zayn moment because Gunther just walks out like, oh, I'm the bad guy here.
There was no introduction.
No,
ring general.
And also the placement on the card, it was right before the Bloodline match where you figure Rock and Roman are going to win and end the night on a heel moment. So I was like, be a good time for a big babyface win here, a title change too. Like, it just, the way it was placed on the card and the setup with the Sami entrance, I kind of felt like, oh, okay, I think Sammy might win this, and then he did, and I kind of was like, yeah, all right. I mean, it didn't shock me. It didn't feel like a surprise watching it all unfold. It kind of, like, as you're watching it more and more, you're like, oh, it's going in this, like, I saw it just going in that direction. But
you could feel them leading you a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Sammy really needed this. Like, I know you guys say he's already established, but I think for him to be, like, a top main eventer, he needed a big win singles-wise. He's got those big wins, tag matches, and maybe a random like triple threat here or there. But a big singles win at a big show, he needed this, I think.
I don't see him as a main eventer, though. I feel like that's not a spot on the card.
Well, they're going to try.
At, like, his age and, like, his health, like, I don't see it.
There's older guys.
Yeah, but he doesn't quite have the physique.
He's over, though. He's got the ability to get over with the crowd that very few guys do.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that.
Yeah,
but
no, he connects with the audience like very few of the wrestlers, and he's good. He's good. He's good. He's good at that character development stuff. Yep. I think he's got a plan for the Intercontinental Championship run. Like, I think he'll take us on a ride, and it'll be pretty good.
Maybe some Kevin Owens stuff, probably.
I don't know.
I don't think you need to do that.
Keep him on SmackDown. I don't think you need to keep those guys, together. I think you keep them separate.
Him and Gable, though.
I think there's a lot of stuff there that you can do now, feuding for that Intercontinental Championship. So I think
Gable.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff there that you can do, and I think it'll be all right, and I think it'll elevate Sammy, and I could see him in the main event because, again, the main event scene on Raw, it's not like he's going up against Roman Reigns and the final boss. He's going up against Seth Rollins and possibly Gunther again and Cody Rhodes. And you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, Sammy could fit with those guys. Like,
yeah, he could.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this helped him.
He's believable against those guys, right? Drew McIntyre. Sammy's believable in beating Drew McIntyre. It's Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
He probably has already, right, on Raw.
I think Drew's beat him many times, actually.
You think Sammy's never beat Drew?
I think maybe beat him, but I think Drew's beat him more often than not.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Drew is ginormous.
He could beat CM Punk, maybe.
Yeah, Sammy and CM Punk. But I think
I don't know about that.
I think you kind of want to do that program, though. I think there'd be some good stuff. There'd be some interesting promos.
He's not the first one on the list. That's the great thing about Punk. He fits anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do with Punk. We talked about it last night. Him and Kevin Owens would be pretty good. Pretty good. There's a lot with Punk, and we'll see CM Punk tomorrow night, which is exciting, right? It's nice. It's nice that we'll get Punk. He's
commentating during Drew and Seth, so he'll be there right at the start of the show.
He'll probably open the show.
Yeah, probably he'll be first to come out.
Yeah. Maybe he'll get on the mic.
That'd be fun. I'd like to see that.
Would be fun. CM Punk on a microphone, a live microphone at WrestleMania. That's an attraction. So Rhea Ripley beat Becky Lynch tonight. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't love the match. I thought,
Again, it was the opening match.
Yeah.
It wasn't the greatest, but for an opening match, I thought it was fine.
some decent false finishes there. Becky hit the manhandle slam. Rhea kicked out. Rhea hit the riptide. Becky kicked out. They did what they had to do. It wasn't Rhea and Charlotte from last year.
No, it wasn't that. I wouldn't be surprised if Bayley and Io is better, actually.
I think it will be.
It should be.
Yeah.
But it was fine.
Yeah. A-Town Down Under won the SmackDown Tag Team titles. The Awesome Truth won the Raw Tag Team titles. So A-Town Down Under, the tag team titles, it was a 6 tag team ladder match for the tag team titles. The tag teams were undisputed, and now they are in dispute.
Yes.
I am disputing them, and I think the WWE is too. So they had the SmackDown tag titles suspended on one gimmick thing, and then the Raw tag titles suspended on another thing, so they were separate. So it's clear when the match started, like, oh, one team's going to win one belt, and the other team's going to win another set of belts, and it's probably going to be a SmackDown team taking the blue belts and a Raw team taking the red belts, and
Lo and behold.
guess what happened in this stupid-ass match?
Funny.
Like, the match was cool. They worked hard. The wrestlers worked hard, but the concept and the result made it so that I hated every minute of it. You know what I mean? Because, like, as soon as the match started, I was like, damn, it's not undisputed tag belts anymore. They're really splitting them up. And then at the end of it, it was like, ugh, and Miz just won a thing.
Yeah.
And then A-Town Down Under, which, like, A-Town Down Under, Grayson Waller. It's fun to talk like Grayson Waller and Australians, matey. But, like, come on, man. I don't know.
But they're highly featured. I mean, it makes sense.
I think those guys, I have less of a problem with those guys
Makes
winning
sense.
than I do with Miz and Truth winning. I just wish R-Truth had a better tag team partner because the Miz is just awful. When Miz grabbed Damian Priest and tried to, like, hit his finish, but then just, like, stumbled and almost fell into a ladder to the point where Finn Balor just had to grab Miz and just start punching him because he's like, you fucking suck at wrestling. Oh, my God.
He's not a ladder match guy.
He's not in anything. He's not a pro wrestling guy. He's just a guy that happens to be in pro wrestling. He's awful. Stumbling and bumbling around. Damian Priest hitting that razor's edge, though, on Pete Dunne.
Oh, yeah.
And then knocking Tyler Bate off the top of the ladder was nuts.
There were some great moments in this match.
That was the spot of the match, though.
There was a lot of good moments, though.
Yeah, a lot of crashes and bangs and everything. It was fun. It was a fun match. It was a car crash. It was what you wanted from that match. But at the end of the night, we don't have undisputed tag team titles anymore.
No.
And the Raw tag team champions are Miz and Truth. And the SmackDown tag team champions are Waller and Theory. And it's like, ugh, okay, now we're going to have to go through this on both shows.
I like R-Truth as a champion.
With Miz.
He got a WrestleMania moment.
With Miz doing comedy skits. You want to see that? Because Miz is going to be a part of this,
Even
John.
Miz singing along to the What's Up kind of sucked the energy out.
Miz doing the What's Up. Don't give Miz a mic when they're walking out there and Truth is doing his rap
Yeah.
and Miz is like, what's up?
It threw it off.
Oh, my God.
Even like for the 15 seconds they were doing it, just felt off.
Truth is so good, and Miz is going to ruin him by being on screen at the same time and trying to speak and also be funny.
Yeah.
He's going to try and be funny and a fun babyface like R-Truth, and it's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I believe in R-Truth. I think he can carry him.
No, he
No.
can't. No one can carry The Miz. That's been proven time and time again. No one can carry The Miz, and eventually everybody that's paired up with The Miz gets fired.
Well, I think R-Truth can survive this.
If he's lucky. Every other guy that's been paired up with Miz has been
He got
fired.
a WrestleMania moment. I mean, that's fantastic for him. I mean, he's been there for so long, never got one, finally got one.
He finally got a win. Good for R-Truth. Whatever. A-Town Down Under win and Awesome Truth win. I also hate a match when two different teams won.
Yeah, it's kind of...
Well, they want to have disputed champ. They want champions on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that decision either, but that's what they wanted to do.
Also, New Day was in the match, and it looked like they were maybe going to win at one point. Woods was on the top of the ladder. Kofi's was on the ladder. and Kofi did a trust fall, jumped on all the guys, and Woods was there, but I think Theory stopped him, and I was like, fucking Theory.
Yeah.
I was really hoping for Woods and Kofi to win because that would have been a moment because I love those guys. But it didn't happen. So
You had Kofi Mania. Come on.
yeah, but he beat Daniel Bryan, John. It wasn't cool.
Also, got to point out DIY coming out not in classic DX gear, but 2006 reunion DX gear.
So lame.
And they did the finishes, too. They did the pedigree.
Yeah, the super kick into the pedigree thing. Yeah. Not great. Not great, guys.
Well, they kept pushing it. R-Truth kept saying they were DX, so it made sense.
But 2006 DX?
Well, that's what R-Truth knows.
You know, they're going to bring out big fake sausages, and put them around and be like, oh, we got sausages.
I would never want to dress up as that version of DX. That's the worst version of DX.
They should ask Judgment Day if they have cocks.
Yeah, and all that stuff, you know. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was...
Gargano and Ciampa are not guys that I really like.
No.
I see them, I go, oh, you want to kiss more ass there, guys?
Yeah. Nerd.
Like, really? You gonna dress up as Shawn and Hunter? You fucking marks? Like, what are you doing?
Well, you got to give Ciampa, though, what he did off the top there with the Kryptonite Crunch he did. That was an amazing moment in the match.
I don't know what you're talking about.
that big slam thing he did off the top.
Oh, yeah. The Sheamus slam thing.
Yeah, the white noise.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool.
That was pretty
That
awesome.
was nice. Yeah,
I think I've seen Sheamus do that, too. So, you know, it's
Sheamus
more impressive.
Sheamus
I miss Sheamus.
Fine.
No, it was nice, though. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah,
I just hated that they dressed as that version of DX. I thought it was lame. And also, like, you wrestle for WWE and you're going to, like, dress as Shawn and Hunter. Like, it's...
I'm not a fan of that. You know I'm not a fan of that.
Ass-kissy, like, I don't know, whack. Kyle Salisbury, new member of the team, just joined over at join.ringsidereport.net. Thank you, Kyle. Welcome. He says, R-Truth should start calling Miz Little Jimmy. Oh, God, and then it'll be about his little balls and everything again.
Oh, yeah, little balls. Oh, you're going to get a lot of that.
Patrick C. Hamilton dropping a 777 super chat. What's up, Patrick? Patrick usually joining us on the MMA side, but he says, waiting for UFC 300 next weekend, of course, but watched WrestleMania at a friend's place. I prefer AEW, but it was great to see The Rock again. Nice to see you, Patrick. You are the super chat leader of the night so far. And longtime member out in Regina, Saskatchewan, UFC 300 live watch along next Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the UFC source, the Ringside Report Network. We will be here for you.
Never stops.
Massive UFC pay-per-view
Landmarks
next weekend. And, of course, a programming note for our Night 2 post-show. It'll be on Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're not going to go on super late on a Sunday night, so we'll go on Monday evening, 7 o'clock here on the Ringside Report Network to recap everything that happens tomorrow on Night 2 of WrestleMania. Rey Mysterio and Andrade got the win over Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. This match exceeded expectations. I thought this match was very excellent. The double crossbody that Rey and Andrade did to the outside was very cool.
Very good.
Zelina's botched moonsault onto Electric Lopez where she landed her feet in her face was kind of fun. It was just a lot of chaos and fun, and it was some good lucha stuff. Everybody getting involved. The LWO, Garza and Carrillo just flying around the ring. Zelina.
No turns.
Yeah, no Carlito turn.
Carlito just helping out. I like that everybody's doing a dive and Carlito just grabbed the guy and threw him in a barricade. He's like, I don't do that shit. It's not cool. And then two guys in lucha masks, two gigantic men in lucha masks came in and stopped Dominic Mysterio from using a chair and helped Rey win. And then it was revealed that they were football players that play for
the Eagles.
Do they play for the Eagles?
Well, Jason Kelsey just retired, I think. So
he's the brother of the Taylor Swift guy.
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
So Jason.
I thought the other guy was Travis for a second, but it wasn't.
But it wasn't.
So Jason,
it was some other guy.
Jason is the shirtless brother.
Yeah.
I've seen him.
Yeah. He likes to party.
So he's kind of a celebrity, so they used him in this match.
I mean, he's an accomplished football player in his own right, I think.
Okay.
He's probably going to be like a Hall of Famer.
I don't watch football. I don't really know.
but
And then they
mine
had another guy who was ginormous, too.
Yeah, I don't know. Nate something?
Yeah, I
Tom?
didn't catch the name.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz.
Yeah. He was gigantic.
It was not Nate Diaz. I wish it was Nate Diaz.
Nate's not that big.
What, motherfucker?
But
That'd be
close.
sick. But so those two football guys were huge.
yeah.
They got a pop from the crowd because the Philly people knew who they were. They were so big. It made me think, like, hey, sign them up. Like, what are we doing here, guys? These guys are ginormous. We need some of these big guys in WWE. It was just kind of weird to see these football players being so much bigger than the wrestlers. I know Rey Mysterio is there and everything,
Yeah,
but
that's
like
a problem.
Carlito's kind of a big jack guy, and they made Carlito look tiny. Like, I know it was kind of a small man match, but like those guys look so big. None of the wrestlers make those guys look that small. You know what I'm saying? Like, those guys look bigger than all the wrestlers in the WWE because there's no wrestler in WWE that makes Carlito look that small in comparison.
And hence why they sign football players, and they keep signing football players now.
Yeah, they should.
I'm sure Braun Breaker played football. It looks
He
like
did.
he played football.
Yeah.
Is he even that big, though? He's not that big.
He's not that big,
he's
but
got force.
he's got, yeah.
He packs wallop.
He hits the ropes and he moves the ring.
Yeah, that was insane.
Where's Braun Strowman?
He was at that Bloodsport, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was there
Yeah.
with Nia Jax and Punk was
Punk, yeah.
there.
He had a broken neck, so.
Oh, is he ever going to come back?
I mean, did Big E come back?
No.
So, wait and see.
Not yet.
But Edge did.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, Edge came back, that's true.
I'd love to see Big E back. I love that
Yeah,
guy
I miss
so
that
much.
guy. That's one of the things I was missing in this New Day thing. Like, there was no Big E. I was kind of thinking he was going to go Philadelphia.
They
You
did
know?
it at the Hall of Fame when they inducted Thunderbolt
Yeah.
Patterson on Friday night. They had Big E there walk out with them, and it was really nice to see them all together. And it reminded you, like, yeah, the magic is the three of them.
Yeah.
It's really like, without one, it's not the New Day. Without Big E, it's not the New Day. Without Kofi, without Woods, like, they need
They
to
each
be
bring it together.
all three of them together is magic. And it's not just like, it's missing something. It's like when they are all together, it's incredible. There's just something about it. The chemistry there is
You're right.
It's really too bad.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it's a big loss.
If they could just get Big E to even just manage them.
Yeah.
Like just be there with them in promos as part of the New Day, I think the act would work a lot better than it currently
It's
is.
tough, though, when you do that. Because then it's like, oh, I got to get back in. I get the itch kind of thing. And then it's like,
yeah.
put your health at risk then.
Well, he
No.
can't. I mean,
No.
they're not going to clear him to wrestle, but maybe clear him to cut promos and be around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's still useful.
It would be good to have Big E there because he elevates Kofi and Woods. And Kofi and Woods right now are like a non-entity in the tag team division.
Yeah.
We saw that tonight. They're just kind of part of the show, but
It's like
they're not a threat to win the tag titles. Well, maybe they are now because there's Raw tag
Exactly.
titles. So,
Everyone's a threat.
yeah, everyone's a threat. I mean, who are the Miz and Truth are the champions?
There
so
you go.
Really, it's anybody's ballgame.
But it feels like when like that dominant tag team of the past is now with all the younger guys, and they just kind of feel like lost in the shuffle. Kind of like when the Dudley Boys came back,
Yeah,
and it just became like another tag team.
yeah, or the
That's
Hardys.
Yeah,
No Hardys tonight, by the way. Everyone thought the Hardys would come back. No
Really?
Hardys.
Really?
Because it's a ladder match, right? Everyone remember when New Day
I
gave
didn't
up
hear
their
any
spot?
speculation,
But I thought the Hardys were in AEW.
or at least Matt is.
Apparently Matt hasn't signed a new contract yet, so there was speculation. But
Oh,
again, no Hardys tonight.
interesting.
Okay.
Didn't hear any rumblings, but
Well, Matt was at Raw recently too, so again
yeah?
that caused a bit of speculation.
Oh. So Rey and Andrade got the win. Jey Uso got the win over Jimmy.
yeah.
Very expected. Not much of anything in this
Too many
one.
super kicks.
Speaking of the Hardys, yeah, reminded me of that Hardy Boys match
Yeah.
1-on-1 at WrestleMania 25. That kind of was like, okay, let's see what happens here, 1-on-1, and then just felt flat.
Yep.
Yep.
Sometimes the partner versus partner match, brother versus brother match doesn't work, and this is one of those times.
Mm-hmm. Just didn't feel any drama.
I don't think anybody really cared either because everybody figured Jay would win. Jimmy Uso isn't really a threat. He's like the backup henchman next to Solo Sikoa. And at this point, it's like The Rock, Roman, Solo, Jimmy. So Jimmy's just like way back in the pecking order at this point. And he's just there to lose to Jey Uso, who's not really a very featured main event player. Like, his name is Main Event Jey Uso, but like on Raw, where is he really? There's Cody, there's Seth, there's Sammy, there's Gunther, there's all sorts of guys, and then Drew, and then Punk, and then Jey Uso's there too. But like, the match just didn't mean that much. Didn't result in that much, and Jey Uso gets a win over Jimmy, and it doesn't really matter. No one cares.
It doesn't matter.
For them, I'm sure it meant a lot. I'm sure they're very happy about it, but when we look back on it, what did they really do? Like, Jey did 2 dives, and then it just felt like they super kicked each other back and forth over and over again, and then they just laid down for a little bit, did a lot of drama. Jimmy got a false finish. Jey got the win.
And Jimmy was like, "No, don't hurt me, man. I love you." And Jey was like, "Oh." And then like Jimmy's like, "Aha! I sneaked you. I tricked you." But like, we all knew that was coming. Like, they're wasting time. And that match wasn't even that long. I think I saw it was like 11 minutes.
It
felt a lot longer.
Yes,
It did feel a lot longer.
Yeah, that was a disappointment.
Yep. Sami Zayn and
I understand how Rikishi feels.
Sami Zayn and Gunther went 15.5 minutes. Sami getting the haluva kick to become the new Intercontinental Champion, and we talked about that. Should be a fun ride for Sami. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi got the win over Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. The entrance was kind of cool with them on that elevated platform. Jade and Naomi and Bianca. I like the entrance. The match itself, it was 8 minutes. It was the shortest match on the card. It was what it was. Jade did what she does. It was fine.
Can we talk about the advertisements?
Do you want to?
I mean, I found it interesting. You mentioned 2 in the LWO match as well. Like,
yeah,
that was interesting.
You could touch on it.
I mean, okay, let me just state what happened, and then I'll state what happened with the advertisements, because they had a lot of sponsored matches tonight, right? You saw a lot of the ads around the ring on the barricade. They have screens on the barricade and screens on the ring posts.
And a logo sometimes in the corner.
The logo's in the corner of the screen, and also, but they got screens like on the ring apron and the barricades. Everything is a screen around the ring.
Right.
So they have ads now during the matches. This match brought to you by whatever. This match brought to you by whatever. For the LWO, for the Dominic Mysterio Santos Escobar match versus Rey Mysterio and Andrade El Idolo, for their match, they had a Minute Maid drink called Aguas Frescas. ¿Sí? ¿Comprende? Aguas Frescas por Rey Mysterio. Sí, claro que sí. Pero.
You looked this up too? It was good, no?
I did look up the beverage. It did look kind of tasty. I think I want one. I don't know if they sell them refreshing in Canada. Pero yo quiero un aguas frescas, por favor.
I like your Spanish.
Sí.
It's very good.
Gracias, amigos. Y en el combate de...
Yes.
Anyways, I'm not going to do I can't do the rest of the show in Spanish. I don't have the vocabulary. So then, for the advertisement for the Rey match,
was that
Aguas Frescas. The advertisement for the Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi match, the sponsor was Wingstop.
Surprising they would do something like that. Like that's the thing that caught my eye the most right there when I saw that.
Is it a coincidence?
I go, whoa.
Do we want to give benefit of the doubt?
It's just after the Aguas Frescas for that one match, and then you got Bianca and Jade and Naomi in the ring are standing there, and then right behind them on all this chicken wings, Wingstop, and you go, are they doing this on purpose? What's it happening?
Yeah.
Like, one's enough, but when it happens twice, it's
you
like,
go, yo.
Is this targeted?
It's like Gunther's match. Come get
Wiener Schnitzel.
Come get your bratwurst here. We have bratwurst for you. We have beer.
What wasn't it? The butt wipes? Wasn't it that?
Dude wipes, maybe?
Dude wipes, sorry. Dude wipes.
Butt wipes.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
I mean, maybe that's the purpose, but for dudes, John.
Right.
Manly men.
So it's also to wipe your balls, I think.
Oh, well, that's great, too.
Yeah, I think if they say dude wipes, I think it's to wipe your sweaty balls. I don't really know.
Sweaty balls.
I've never had a dude wipe in my life. Oh,
So it's just
God.
one of those things that
Imagine dudes are so disgusting that they need to invent. The only two people that have wipes in this world are dudes and babies. Like, that's how gross we are. They're like, these guys are babies shit in diapers, okay? And they're like, we need wipes for these people. And then there's like, these dudes are pretty gross. We need to get them some wipes.
Sweating.
And we need to advertise it at WrestleMania because, goddamn, that's a targeted ad. Not for the wrestlers in the ring, brother. That's a targeted ad for the fans. Fans, you got some stank ass going on in this crowd here. You need some of these dude wipes here. I mean, let's pass them out. Look under your seat.
complimentary.
Now wipe them on your seat because you've stunk up that seat, you filthy animal.
It's like a Rock promo now.
Yeah.
Shut up and enjoy the ride that the final boss is taking you on, Johnny North.
No, you take those dude wipes, shine them up real nice, stick that stuff in sideways, and wipe them all over your candy ass.
And balls.
Yeah, and your balls.
Your candy balls.
And that's what you want to do. So,
so
these advertisements.
The advertisements during the Jade Cargill, Naomi, Bianca match. I mean, I don't think that Wingstop ad was for Asuka. You know what I'm saying? And like the Aguas Frescas during the match with all the Spanish-speaking guys, you go, yo, what is happening?
Why couldn't it be during Rhea and Becky?
Well, that's it. It wasn't, you know? It was just like, after it happens once, you're like, you didn't really notice it. But then you see that and you go, are they doing this on purpose? And if they are, is that okay?
Yeah. You know, they're always saying, we're not in the Vince era anymore.
Because
I felt like a Vince kind of
because
thing.
I will tell you, I've watched a lot of, what do they call it? Urban television?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a hip-hop guy.
Enthusiast,
right?
yes.
So I watch a lot of, and the ads are different. Like, there's Popeyes. I'm like, okay, what's happening here? You know what I mean? Like, it's targeted.
Yeah. But
Delicious chicken, by the way.
I never had
that was
Popeyes.
okay.
Oh, fantastic.
A little too much breading.
Anyways, it was just interesting advertisements for the matches tonight. And then the Prime bottle right in the middle of the ring, big logo. And then they had the Prime hydration station that they're using now as like a gimmick in the matches. They're like going there, throwing guys into the Prime bottles. Seth drank some Prime and then spat it out on The Rock. And I think he may have got some on Mama Rock, Mama Final Boss. Who was standing? She didn't look happy. She was yelling at Seth Rollins. Security looked like when they went in the crowd, had to like stop Mama Rock from attacking Seth Rollins. And then when Rock at one point went to Mama Rhodes, he's like, "I'm gonna get your boy, Cody Rhodes," and she's like, "No bullshit." She started yelling at The Rock. That was pretty good. Mama Rhodes. All right.
The censoring, by the way, too. Like, didn't The Rock like drop an F-bomb and then he does that? That's fine. You heard that perfectly clear. And then like maybe 10 seconds later, bleep, like we lose sound.
Yeah, they censored like Michael Cole saying something because they
instead of Chad Patton, it was Chad Blank.
missed it.
Yeah, they totally missed the Rock's F-bomb. But it's like, come on, it's a premium live event. It's 11 o'clock at night. Give me the F-bomb. I'm ready. It's okay.
What's the point at that point? Yeah,
Kids are in bed. You know, my son went to bed after the Uso versus Uso match. I think that match put him to sleep, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Your daughter was up there pretty late, though.
Oh, yeah, she stayed up late.
I think that's something AEW, has done in the business. They've made swearing a lot more acceptable.
But even them this week.
Like, seeing swearing in WWE a lot now, it's like, I'm getting more used to it. At first, it was like when they start saying, like, shit sometimes, like, oh, that's interesting. But now, got The Rock saying, like, Cash is like, fuck. It's like, okay, like, I don't know, I feel like the AEW influence kind of there. Like, they've upped the game, so WWE doesn't want to seem too safe.
Well, it's interesting. They cut back this week because they were saying suck it, right, for Billy Gunn. And I think Jay White did it back, and they censored that multiple times.
Really?
Yeah. I was surprised.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
They're really cutting back, I think.
Huh.
They probably got a lot of complaints, maybe.
Derek John says, wasn't the Dude Wipes ads on the Usos match Rikishi's sons?
Yep.
Butt wipes. Man famous for his
I think it was twice. They used it twice.
And they called it the stink face, which insinuated that his butt always smelled bad.
Yeah, I
Which,
imagine
like,
he did.
I mean, I know it's a butt and you know what comes out of there and everything, but like, do you really want to have a move where you're like, my butt stinks constantly? I have a constantly stinky butt. Like, do you never shower? Because to me, like, right out of the shower, I don't think my ass stinks.
No, but they think, if you're in a match, you're running around a little bit.
Oh, I guess.
There's some sweat.
All right, stink face it is.
Maybe,
then.
he had a lot of protein at the catering table, Got some protein farts going on.
All right. I don't know why we're talking about this
Little
anymore.
spray.
I went too far. The dude wipes Rikishi's ass. It's
John,
gone too
I'm
far.
sure sometimes you've had a lot of protein.
All right. What do we?
Might have some protein tonight, maybe.
Okay.
Oh.
AJ's loving this, by the way. He's having a
sure.
blast.
Angelo Contagonis, member for 38 months, says, what would make my WrestleMania 40 weekend complete would be Cody finally ending the 3.5-year run of Roman Reigns as champion. Angelo wants to see Cody finish the story tomorrow night. Patrick C. Hamilton, member for 39 months, says, great to see so many members here. Don't see many on Thursdays. If you like big events, UFC 300 will be huge. Yes, we're seeing a lot of the members, a lot of names in green on the chat here tonight, a lot of supporters over at join.ringsidereport.net and donate.ringsidereport.net. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for watching the show tonight. I'll be back here Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time to recap everything that happens tomorrow night on WrestleMania 40 Night 2, where we will see Cody and Roman Reigns, Bloodline Rules, where we will once again be graced with the final boss. And we will also see Seth freaking Rollins defend the World Heavyweight title against Drew McIntyre. The Pride, Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford take on Karrion Kross, Akam, and Razar in a Philadelphia street fight. LA Knight one-on-one with AJ Styles. Logan Paul defending the U.S. title against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in a triple threat match. Io Sky defending the WWE Women's Championship against Bayley. And, of course, Roman and Cody in the main event for WrestleMania 40 Night 2. Enjoy it. We'll be back Monday to talk to you about it all. Thank you for joining us here tonight. It has been a special night. Great to get the whole crew here.
It was fun.
Studio all together.
Good times.
And thank you to everybody for watching and supporting the channel, all the members, Derek John, Patrick C. Hamilton, Angelo Contagonis, Leor, Kyle Salisbury, new member of the team. Thank you to Patrick C. Hamilton. Patrick, you are the Super Chat leader of the night. Ray Cruz, Antoinette. So many members in the chat here tonight. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I apologize if I missed anybody. There were quite a few members here, quite a few viewers tonight for our WrestleMania Night One post show. Patrick Deneau as well. Thank you, Patrick, for tuning in. So many members checking in. Appreciate you guys supporting the Ringside Report Network. And I'll be back here Monday night for the WrestleMania Night 2 recap show. We'll see you again real soon. And good luck to the Tribal Chief and the final boss. Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word.
You know the drill. Hit that subscribe button. Flip those notification switches.
We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out our website at ringsidereport.net. Hope to see you again next time, and have a good night.